What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I wanted to talk today about some of the social challenges involved with being vegan, raw vegan, or anybody who's making conscious decisions about your health. This is one of the things that people tell me they struggle with the most, and in my opinion, it is one of the most challenging parts of the entire journey, is being around other people who maybe aren't making similar choices or who don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. And I think most of us have experienced this, whether it be with family, friends, traveling. Maybe you are just over at a friend's house and they're having a big dinner, a big get together, and everybody's bringing over these delicious home cooked dishes. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. They're offering you the food that they cooked. You know it was cooked with love and care. You don't want to be the person who ruins the party. But at the same time, you know that eating this food is not going to be supportive to your long-term health goals. It's no longer in alignment with what you know to be true. And so, what do you do in this situation? Do you politely decline and hope that you don't offend people too much and kind of just deal with that awkwardness? Or do you kind of give in and abandon your own principles for the night and deal with that sense of regret and resentment afterwards? It's a very difficult spot to be in, and I don't have a perfect answer for you. I'm still working through this just as much as you are, but in general, for me, if I can get my hands on something that's relatively clean and close to what I would typically eat, maybe a plain salad or some veggies, fruits, a smoothie, even if it's not perfect, the ingredients aren't perfectly clean and organic. If it's close, I'll usually go for it because I do believe in the importance of spending time and sharing moments with the people that you love and care about. And I do believe that life is meant to be lived. It's meant to be enjoyed. But I think inevitably we do find ourselves in the more difficult spots where we're at a restaurant and you look at the menu and there's nothing even close to what you would consider healthy, nothing close to what you would normally eat. And so, what do you do now? And I do understand that there are people, that there are cultures out there where it's seen as rude to decline, especially food, a home cooked meal, or going out to eat with other people. There's this idea in our culture that you should just put your own personal interests aside and just accept to make other people feel better. And I get that. That's very ingrained socially in most of us as social creatures. We don't want to upset and offend other people. But the way that I've come to view it is actually the opposite. And so I will tell people in these situations, stick to your guns, stick to your core values, your beliefs, and what's important to you, and don't compromise on those values. And here's why. A lot of us, we don't want to look bad. We don't want to upset other people. But if I am out with a friend and they tell me, hey, I know we're going out to eat, or I know you made this meal for me, but this is what I believe. This is how I choose to live my life. And it's really, really important to me. So thanks, but no thanks. I hear that. I'm not offended. I'm thinking like, hell yeah, let's go. This is a person that I can trust. This is a person that I could count on to stand up for their beliefs and their morals and their values when it really matters. On the other hand, if I'm with somebody and I know that they sold out, that they betrayed what they believe in order to appease me or to not look bad in front of other people. I'm like, in the back of my head, there's a part of me that's thinking, well, if you sold out on something as trivial as food, what else are you selling out on in life? How can I trust you when things get tough? How can I know that I can count on you to have my back? How can I know that I could trust you as a business partner or a life partner, right? When things started to really go down back in 2020, when the chaos hit, I was in college. I was on the hockey team, and just like everybody else, we were sent home. And when we came back to campus, just as most colleges told their students, they said, "You need to get the you know what. You guys know what it is. So we'll call it the most audacious medical experiment in history." But the school said, if you're going to be on campus, you need to get it, and you need to you need to be up to date, get your third, fourth one. And on our team of about 30 guys, there were at least a third or more who said, no, we don't want to do this. It's it's not worth the risk. There's no benefit. And so this group held out. And the school started threatening. They said, well, if you're not going to do what we say, we're sending you home. You can't be on campus. You will lose your spot on the team. Your career's done just like that. And when they did that, slowly, one by one, some of those guys who definitely believed a certain way, they gave in. They gave in because they didn't want to risk their career. But out of those guys, there were quite a few who stood firm. They held their ground, and they said, no, this is what I believe in, and I'm willing to risk everything in order to stand up for myself and for other people. Fortunately, it worked itself out. They backed down. Nobody lost their spot on the team. We were able to continue playing. So it did work out. But I learned a lot about people during that time. I learned a lot about my teammates, the guys who stood their ground. Those are guys who earned my respect as teammates and as people for the rest of my life, because I saw how they acted. And I know that if things get tough, those are people that I can trust. Those are people that I could count on. The other guys who gave in under pressure, it's like, I get it. I know why you did what you did. I respect your decision. But, if when the rubber hits the road, could I really trust that you are going to stay true to yourself and stand up for what you believe in when you're questioned, when you're put under pressure? Maybe, I don't know, but I think this is what it's about. If I give in and I sell myself out on something as inconsequential as food, one, I'm betraying myself and my word, my integrity that I have to myself, and that's a whole nother conversation. But two, if I were to do that, could you really trust me when it comes to the things that are truly important and difficult in life? And I think how you act when you make those decisions, even if it does upset and offend people to some degree, there's a deeper part of them that is picking up on what you're putting down. And it may not even register on a conscious level. It may be more of a subconscious thing. But they know that you are a person who is good on their word, who does not abandon their own principles. And so even if they don't realize it at the time, it's a bit like putting money into a long-term savings account. Um, and I think a lot of us have experienced the opposite of this. We all have that friend or those friends who love to gossip and talk about other people, right, behind their back. When you're with them, all they're doing is kind of slandering and poking fun at other people and the mistakes they made. And everybody loves to be around those people when you're in the crowd, right? Because you're in on the joke. You get to put down those other people and make fun of those other people when you're with that friend. But there is also something in everybody's mind that knows that even though they might seem popular, that's not a person that you trust at a really deep level. It's not a person that you really confide in, because there's a part of the subconscious that goes, wait a minute, if this person is sharing other people's secrets and talking about everybody else behind their back, when I'm not there, they're probably doing the same about me. They will betray me in an instant. And so, even though this person has all the popularity and gets all the laughs in the moment, they don't have that long-term trust from people, right? And so you could be the opposite of that friend. You could be the person who other people really do trust and really do confide in. You may not be the person who has the superficial popularity or the person who people are calling on a Saturday night to go bar hopping with. You might not get that, and that's probably not what you want. But what you will be is the person who people know that they can count on when people are really going through something tough in life, when they feel like they've hit rock bottom. Who are they going to call? They're going to call you, because you have proven yourself over time. You've stood the test of time, and you've always been true to yourself. You have never sold out. You've never sold your soul for something as meaningless as popularity and people pleasing. People trust you, and what a huge compliment, what a huge honor to be that person that when people are really, when they don't know where to go and who to turn to, that you are the person that pops into your head. Like, what a huge compliment that is, and what a testament to who you are and your character. And so stick to your guns. Stay true to yourself. There may be people who don't get it. There are going to be people who you might upset, who you might offend. But if other people have a problem with you, guess whose problem that is? It's their problem. Our judgments, all the things that we hold against people, that's our own stuff. That's our own wounds that we are projecting out. And so other people's judgments towards you are not really your business. They're reflective of the other person. They don't mean anything about you. They don't say anything about you. And so this is my advice. I hope that you found something valuable, something encouraging, something uplifting. I know it is really, really tough, and you can feel very alone, very alienated, like nobody really understands you and what you're going through. But just know that even if your friends and family don't, there are many people who are on this journey just as you are. And so we are here for you. We are so supportive of you. Please don't ever hesitate to reach out for any reason. If you, I'd love to hear from you. Appreciate your engagement. Leave a comment below. Let me know what your experience has been, what has worked well for you, what your biggest challenge has been. Share your thoughts. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. If you're looking for some great free resources, I'll put that in the link down in the description below. Check those out on my website. And if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, I do also have openings available for that. So the description or the information will be in the description section for that as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for your commitment to better yourself and your health, and to ultimately go out and reach so many more people and touch so many more lives as you impact and inspire the people in your circle. So I'll be back with more. Until then, have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you then.